Welcome, everybody. Come on in to my Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 11 review, a recap, discussion, a rant, whatever you want to call it, for Alexis and Justin. I do separate videos on all the couples. At the end of this video, if I've done them, because I'm doing them all day, there'll be a link at the end of this video. Please check it out. To all my returning people, hey y'all, I'm back. Thanks for coming back. And for new people, I hope you enjoy my review. I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope you subscribe. But let's get into talking about Alexis and Justin. Y'all, what is happening every year with these relationships where it seems as if the women are having more of the problems than the men? There used to be a time, I'm telling you, where women had it a little bit more together. I don't know. But it seems as if now, whenever there's a couple, everybody brings problems. We got it. Everybody brings problems. But I'm finding consistently that it seems as if it is the women who are bringing more problems to relationships. Because we're going to get to Alexis and Justin. Now, Justin off the bat, we knew we had a problem with all of his crying and hypersensitivity. And, we could deal with it here and there. But what we are dealing with Alexis, I'm going to tell y'all, is way worse than what we're dealing with Justin. Justin's problems is his emotions do sometimes get in the way of solving problems. Got it. His crying sometimes distracts from being able to solve the problem or discuss because then his crying consumes the attention. Got it. But what the problem is with Alexis doesn't see anything that she does wrong. She is constantly analyzing Justin as if she's some sort of psychotherapist. She ain't the doctor. She ain't the doctor like Dr. Miguel, who's got a neuroscience degree, or any of the experts. But Alexis is so concentrated on the problems of Justin and continually pointing them out to people, she doesn't see her own problems. I've been doing videos on Alexis about how she's hypocritical, how she says one thing and she does another thing, that she points out the problems with Justin, but she doesn't see her own problems. In the after party, Justin is in the after party again. This man shows up to every after party. Is he invited or does he just crash the after party? Crash the after parties. Because he shows up for every after party. But in the after party, he says that what Alexis does is when they're on camera, she gives good lip service. And then when they're off camera and the moment happens, none of that of what she said shows up. So on a camera, Alexis says she's trying to understand, she wants to understand, she's patient and she's kind. And then when the moment shows up where she needs to exhibit that kindness, that patience, that concern, she can't deliver on it. And that's what I told you about how she bamboozled you, me, and the experts. Because the one thing Alexis knows how to do is she knows how to run that mouth of hers. And what she does is she knows how to say the right things in that moment, but she can't deliver on anything that she says. She can't deliver on anything. That's why she sounds hypocritical, because she describes herself. She describes how the moment should be handled. Sounds wonderful, Alexis. Beautiful. We're all in agreement. But when that moment arrives, she can't deliver. It's what I always say about people when they say they're a nice person, all this kind of stuff. I say, well, when are you a nice person? They're only a nice person when people are being nice to them. Well, that doesn't make you a nice person because you don't have to do any work. It is being a nice person when other people are being unkind to you and you're still nice. That's when you know you're a really nice person. It's easy to be nice to someone when someone is nice to you. What's hard is being nice to someone when they're being unkind to you. Now, that's the thing with Alexis. Alexis thinks she's so understanding, she's so patient, she's all these things. But she says those in a bubble, a utopia, a hypothetical. But when the actual act, the conversation, the incident happens, she cannot deliver. And that's what makes her so hypocritical. Alexis sat on here and clowned Justin for being sensitive and flying a kite. Oh, I got to get used to this sensitive man. First of all, Alexis, flying a kite isn't a female thing. It is a male thing and a female thing. I like flying kites, actually. And when I go out to the park to fly a kite, to be honest with you, it's mostly men out there flying kites. So I don't even know where she gets this idea that flight kind is feminine. But then she turns around, y'all, and goes out and plays a basketball with her boobs out. Who wears that type of shirt to play basketball? Bumping up her body against Justin, playing like she's a WNBA player, and she wants to call him a sensitive. Well, what about you? You a bulldozer. Should we call you a man? See, this is what I don't like about Alexis. She likes to put Justin down, but she doesn't see the problems with herself. The real problem with Alexis, I'm going to tell you another thing, the problem with Alexis. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. I am back. I done had 2 weeks stored up, so y'all going to get a mouthful today. The problem with Alexis and Justin is Justin's sensitivity reminds Alexis every day just how manly she is. I'm going to tell you that. That's why she needs a manly man, a real man. Because anyone less than a man out here chopping wood with no emotions, she's going to feel like the man in the relationship. And she doesn't actually want to feel that way. She wants to be tough. She wants to play basketball. She wants to not cry. She wants to do all these things and be like a man. But when she gets across a man who's more sensitive, it actually triggers her because she actually sees how unfeminine she is. She doesn't have a feminine bone in her body. She can wear all the dresses she wants to wear, but I'm going to tell you, Alexis is not feminine at all. I'm going to say it. The truth of the matter is Alexis is now competing with Justin for the feminine role in the relationship. Now, this is a position she didn't even want in the beginning because as you mentioned, she said she don't cry but twice a year. Now, all of a sudden, Alexis is talking about, I want to be able to cry. You never cried with Justin. Remember that? For your whole life, you said you only allotted yourself tears twice a year. Now, all of a sudden, we're talking about how she wants to be the one who wants to cry and how she's hurt and she's crying on camera. You know why? Because now she's in competition with Justin for the feminine position because she thought she was feminine. But when she came up against a person who's actually more sensitive, she realized just how manly she is. This little act that Alexis put on at the dinner table, she completely gaslit Justin. Now, we have the benefit, I have the benefit of stopping this tape and rewinding it. And I've done that plenty of times on Alexis, but I'm not going to do it again because I'm tired of doing it on her. The fact of the matter is she changes her story every other sentence to the fact that she spins Justin around. And next thing you know, he's like, I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about anymore because that's what Alexis does to him. She sat up at that dinner table and acted like she didn't have a problem with what was going on. When everybody was talking about how their marriage is going and what's going on, and Justin went in there and he actually commended Mitch for making progress, which Mitch has made progress, and I'll talk about that in my other video. You should have seen Alexis' face. You probably saw it. It was all scrunched up. She didn't like it. And she later explained she didn't like it because she didn't like the fact that Justin was complimenting Mitch on his progress, but she felt like he didn't make any progress. Well, here's the problem, Alexis. When he asked you, do you have anything to say? You said no, you didn't have anything to say. Justin, just like me, knew you got something to say because your whole facial expression is saying it already. So you might as well take that ugly face away and go ahead and say what you need to say. That's what Justin was saying. Say what you want to say. Oh, no, I don't have anything to talk about. Yeah, you do. You have something to talk about. And so he was saying, let me hear what you have to say. Do you not think we're making progress, Alexis? Oh, I don't have anything to say. Yes, you do, Alexis. You have something to say. So when Justin was trying to explain this and he said, hey, I knew you had something to say because I know you and you're not one to bite your tongue. And I knew I could tell by your demeanor if something had changed. That's why I asked you if you wanted to have something to say. Alexis changes the whole story about, well, you need to be checking on me. You need to be checking on me. What are you talking about, Alexis? He is checking. He's asking you, do you want to speak your mind? Well, you need to be checking on me. And what you should be saying to me is, am I feeling isolated and alone? That's ridiculous. You want me to say those exact words? Those are the only exact words I could say to you for you to feel okay? Are you feeling isolated and alone? Alexis's problem also is what she talks about, this whole strong black woman thing, which is killing a lot of women out here. I tell women, you better let it go. You better let it go. It's going to kill you from the inside out, and it's going to destroy your marriages and all of that. So now she says, oh, this is how she's become this strong black woman, and therefore showing any vulnerability or sensitivity makes things appear weak. Well, guess what's happened to Alexis now? Alexis has now seen a man like Justin who is in touch with his emotions. Sometimes he's over emotional, but he's way over on the other spectrum. And what she realizes is just how manly she is, and she don't like it. She does not like seeing what she sees about herself. She really needs to spend less time analyzing Justin and trying to figure out Justin and what makes him tick. And oh, because you were 13 and your brother was 19 and you was raised by a 19-year-old, is that why you feel so bad about yourself for being perfect? Sounds great. Glad you got understanding now with these letters and going back to the past and all that. But you need to concentrate on yourself, Alexis, because what Alexis seems to believe is Justin has the bigger problem. Actually, people, I don't think Justin has the bigger problem. I actually think Alexis has the bigger problem because Alexis is stuck in denial. Denial is one of the first steps in going to a level of recovery. If you can't get past denial, you can't even get to the other levels. And I believe that Justin is further along on his issues than she is. Because when you tell a man that flying a kite is sensitive and alluding to the fact that it's feminine, but you don't think this rough playing basketball, a game with your shirt all up, darn near pushing the man down is not assertive and not feminine at all, you have the bigger problem. You have the bigger problem. The more we watch Alexis, does anybody believe the story of the 3 proposals that 3 men were actually going to marry Alexis? Does anyone still believe that? Because I know I don't. There is no way that 3 men have come to her doorstep, got down on a knee, and proposed with a ring to her when she's like this. Absolutely not. Alexis spends so much time other places trying to analyze Justin, getting into the middle between Morgan and Ben, because she should have stayed out of it. She should have stayed out of it. She shouldn't have said anything. And Justin was on the after party, and Justin said that basically his relationship with Ben and Ben is ruined because of the fact that Ben probably feels upset and bad that he also told Alexis, or Alexis heard. There's enough blame to go around. Justin broke the bro code, putting the phone on speaker and letting Alexis hear it. Okay, he trusted Alexis to a level that he shouldn't have trusted Alexis, because what he's thinking is Alexis is his partner. See, what Justin doesn't realize is Alexis is in competition with Justin. She's not his partner either. Morgan talking about Ben is not her partner and keeping her safe and secure. Alexis is not covering Justin. Alexis has every opportunity to make Justin look bad. When Justin had been on the speakerphone, me as a wife, and I would say, my husband really shouldn't have his friend on the speakerphone. That's what I would think. But you know what I wouldn't do? I would cover my husband. I would say, hey, you really shouldn't let me hear those conversations. I wouldn't then run back and leave my husband uncovered. She says it's all because she's good friends with Morgan, a bullcrap. Because not less than a week ago or 2 episodes ago, she was sitting at that table talking bad about Morgan. And in fact, if they're such good friends, then why is Morgan talking about she don't talk to nobody about her problems? See, that's why it all falls apart. Because they're not good friends. Because Morgan is requiring Ben to silence and secrecy, which means she says she doesn't talk to anyone. So I don't know why Alexis felt some strong pull, because she's good friends with Morgan, to tell Morgan all this stuff about what Ben was saying. She should have kept her mouth shut. She should have kept out of it. But that's not what Alexis likes to do, because Alexis likes to show up in everybody else's relationships like she's the expert. She did it to Kristen and she did it to Mitch. I'm team Kristen. And if anything got a problem, I'm going to be on Mitch. Stay out of it. Now she's doing it with Morgan and Ben. I'm team Morgan. Stay out of it. Cover your husband. It's so interesting that she wants to be there for Kristen. She wants to be there for Morgan, but she's not there for her own husband. And she hangs him out to dry anytime she gets. Alexis has a problem. I know Alexis didn't have no 3 proposals, and I doubt if she'll get another one after this, because any man who will watch this video will stay 10 feet away from her. What's the COVID distance? 6 feet? They need to stay 10 feet away from Alexis. Alexis has some issues. And poor Justin with this dog, Maya, that's still at the dog camp. Because they said they haven't been able to solve the problems with the dog. I don't know how long the dog has been there. It sounds like the dog probably only been there a week or 2 weeks. But I can tell you this, when the dog whisperer has to take your dog for aggression issues, it's longer than a week. There is no way you're going to solve a problem if a dog has dog aggression in 1 week. That dog will need to stay there a month. That's probably why they told him, no need to come pick up this dog yet, because he is not fixed. You cannot fix dog aggression in 1 week. And I know Justin ain't paying a whole lot of money. He's probably just paying money to board that dog. There's no real intensive training going on with that dog. That's why they're not done with that dog. But Justin's going to need that dog, because this marriage with he and Alexis is going nowhere. It's not going to last, y'all. This marriage is not going to last. And Justin's going to end up needing that dog for his dog therapy. And he's going to need to bring that dog on back home. So he can keep that dog at the shelter until this marriage is over and dissolved. And then he can go on back and pick up that dog, because there's no way this marriage is going to last, because Alexis is still in the denial stage of that she's got issues. And she's still, just like Morgan, focusing on everything that Justin does. And she's not looking at anything she does. She thinks all her problems are limited to the fact that she's a runner. No. The runner is the end thing that you do. You need to look at what you do before you run. Same thing with Morgan. Morgan wants to look at the things that Ben does in reaction to what Morgan does. Morgan needs to look at what she does to get that reaction from Ben. And Alexis needs to look at what she does and what she doesn't do to get it from Justin. Alexis doesn't know who she is, or if she does know who she is, she's a liar, because what comes out her mouth and what she presents to all of us, the experts and everyone else, is not who Alexis really is. And until she faces up to who she really is, she's going to stay stuck right where she is. All you men out there in San Diego, 10 feet, keep your 10 feet distance from Alexis. Talk to y'all later.